So I told you guys that I'll be covering the Cincinnati Brawl, and I'll be all over this story as much as I can. So now we got some news that the W man, who was the person that's supposed to initiate the whole situation, Alex Tchervinski, right? He's going to be charged with disorderly conduct. Now he has to turn himself in. They're not even going to arrest him. Now, they say that there's video footage of this man coming out of the bar drunk. He's kicking cars. He's saying the N-word. He's saying all kinds of stuff, right, to agitate the crowd and to bring about the incident that we saw, right? Now, these black people, they're being ridiculed all over the country. They're being called thugs, criminals. We have to work on crime. Even the senator said he's going to look at the way stop money being allocated to Cincinnati if they don't fix this problem and get some justice, right? Because these W folks were seen on video being beaten, but nobody's talking about the footage that was before the actual fight. Now, this guy, he's being charged now with disorderly conduct, and they feel like they had to throw some type of charge on there just to save face, right? This is what the news is saying. This is, this is for educational purposes. I have the right. Check this out.
National attention. It still has city leaders divided this morning. Now, sources tell WLWT we have an eighth person being charged, and it's the person seen in the video slapping another person. Several black city leaders had previously said he avoided charges because he was white. WLWT News 5's Giacomo Luca live downtown. So, Giacomo, what can you tell us about the suspect and some of the dialogue around this latest arrest?
Yeah, Kelly, over the phone last night, Alex Tchervinski, the latest suspect to be charged, said that he is facing a charge of disorderly conduct. That's a misdemeanor. Meanwhile, he's not facing arrest at this time as of early this morning. We do know he was seen in that video here at 4th and Elm from last month, slapping a black man before the brawl escalated. Tchervinski, along with several others, were also seen being stomped on, and a woman was also knocked out. All of the others charged in this case are black, and they face more serious charges, including aggravated assault. Local NAACP leaders have raised concern about fairness in this case. Cincinnati's mayor says this is another step toward accountability, while the head of Cincinnati's police union is now questioning whether or not the latest charges are politically motivated. We're live downtown. Giacomo Luca, WLWT News 5.
So they're saying, so the police department of Cincinnati is saying that Alex Tchervinski is being used as a political pawn. Go figure. They're saying that this guy is being used as a political pawn, and oh my God, man. And they're only doing this now because of the pressure that they was getting from the media, right? But again, you've had eyewitnesses that's come out and told you the real story, but it's going on deaf ears for some reason. But when your vice president of the United States of America comes out and violates the civil rights of these black people, 6 black people that's been arrested, then what do you expect? When your senators comes out, your governor comes out, they've all politicized the situation to make these black people look like they're just some demons. It's crazy, man. And this guy, he doesn't have to turn himself in. He just has a simple disorderly conduct charge, right? And they're saying, and it's funny because you had the video. Now, we know whenever there's something where W folks feel like they have an open shut case, they put video footage everywhere. Why they not showing the whole footage? There's footage of these W folks leaving the bar. How come we don't have that footage? There's footage of the conversations and arguments before you even get to the physical part. How come they're not showing that footage? Why not? Because America is still shrouded in racism. The mental and social fabric of America is racist, and they're using this as a political tool to justify some of the things that they do to our people. And we already see the stuff that's going on in Ohio. All of these police unalivings and everything. There's things popping up out of Cincinnati and Cleveland like every other week. There's something going on in Ohio. And this thing, man, is real ugly. It's crazy. These people, they have real high bells. And they're already demonized in the media before they even get a chance to a fair trial. But the news wasn't finished. They doubled down by, this is for fair use. Let's look at what else the news is saying.
Thank you. Also breaking this morning, an eighth person has been charged in connection to the now viral brawl that happened downtown last month.
Yeah, police say this person is also a victim in the case. So police describe them as a 45-year-old white man. He is now facing charges of misdemeanor disorderly conduct in connection with that brawl. Police are not releasing his name because he has been also identified as a victim in the case, as we said. So that means he's protected under Marsy's law. That's a law that passed in Ohio in 2017 and guarantees the rights to victims of criminal offenses and delinquent acts. However, here's what we do know. We know he's not been arrested and has instead been issued a notice to appear in court. Cincinnati Mayor Aftab Puraval releasing a statement following that announcement. It reads, "We've been clear about the fact that anyone involved in perpetrating violence should be held accountable. This is another step toward achieving that, and I want to thank CPD and the prosecutors for their hard work as this process continues." Meanwhile, Cincinnati FOP President Ken Kober also releasing a statement. He says in part, it's inappropriate that the solicitor's office has ordered the police department to sign charges despite what the investigation has uncovered with the guidance of the prosecutor's office. There's no place for policing in politics and policing, rather. We also spoke with State Representative Cecil Thomas, who says he's disappointed with these charges.
We want this guy held accountable under the law for all of his actions, just like they quickly held all those other folks accountable. And now all of those folks are facing up to 29 years each.
Meanwhile, this morning, police are still looking for another person wanted in connection with the brawl. Police say he's wanted in connection with a felonious assault. If you recognize him, call Crime Stoppers. That number is on your screen, 513-352-3040. Senator Moreno was back in Cincinnati yesterday addressing safety after the violent brawl. Now, Moreno says businesses will play a part in the solution, helping with marketing and advancing AI and tech capabilities to serve the greater public. President of the Downtown Residents Council, Andrew Knabb, says they've also created a public safety committee to address residents and business owners' concerns.
Public Safety Committee is going to be leading initiatives like the camera enrollment program with our Cincinnati Police Department, where private citizens can enroll their own private cameras with the Cincinnati Police Department.
During his first two visits here, Senator Moreno has been outspoken about what he calls a revolving door of injustice. Earlier this month, Police Chief Teresa Thiege announced that the Hamilton County Police Chief Association is putting together a committee to work on the gaps in the justice system. Hamilton County judges were invited to be part of those conversations, but declined, citing ethical issues.
County prosecutor and our U.S. attorney working hand in hand to evaluate cases, because what is really bad for criminals is to get put into the federal system. And so we will have a path to take criminals where we don't think that maybe they'll get the proper sentencing at the local level. We can move them into the federal level.
Senator Moreno says they are working on legislation called Hawley's Law to raise minimum bail and bond requirements to reduce repeat offenders from reoffending.
Let me tell you guys out there something. Y'all better be real careful. You better be real careful out there. They're using the word criminals as another word for saying the N-word. We know what this is about. He's using the word criminals in regards to these black people in this case, and they didn't even get through process yet. This is what I'm saying. This is a direct violation of their civil rights. A direct violation. You have the state senator on TV calling these people criminals. You have Cecil Thomas, the state representative, has no power. Because if they had any power to invoke any type of fear, your senator wouldn't be up there talking like that. But he is. But it gets even crazier because you had another guy, what's his name? Montez Merriweather. He's one of the suspects in this case. He was going to get his bond lowered, and the judge wouldn't lower the bond. He wouldn't lower the bond. Now, this guy, he said he was out on bail in another case. He has a W woman representing him. Even the W woman got up there and said that he has 3 mixed biracial children. Why would she have to say that in Ohio? Why? Because she wants to placate to the sentiments of the people, to make it seem like he's W folks friendly. That's what they want to seem like. This thing is real crazy. And you have your senator on there saying, calling these people, how can you call these people criminals and they haven't been convicted of any crimes? What is wrong with my people, man? What's wrong with y'all? Where is the black leadership at? Why is he not being checked on this? That right there lets me know that so many things that Dr. King and Malcolm X and Medgar Evers and so many people, Fannie Lou Hamer, a lot of this stuff is being done in vain. Because they went and put in so much work for 2025. You get a W senator and come on here on national TV and talk in the manner in which he's talking about black folks that have not been convicted of a crime. All these years later, they still can do it. Well, this brother Martinez Merriweather, he went to court and his bail was not lowered. His bail was remained the same also in Ohio, and in regards to this case by a black judge. This is what happened.
Yes, sir. Okay.
This is case number B25-04011-A, Montez Merriweather. He's been indicted with 3 counts felonious assault, 3 counts assault, and 2 counts aggravated riot. You received a copy of your indictment.
He has, Your Honor. The plea is not guilty as to all counts.
Question I have for you at this point. Has he been indicted federally on other charges?
Yes, Your Honor, on 1 weapons under disability that they decided to indict as of yesterday.
So are they going to pick him up or?
I haven't
received
received information as this happened late yesterday, but I still would like to address bond after consulting with another attorney that may be assisting with that. It would still be our expectation to ask for a release as that case is pending. Not to get too much into that, but there are other occupants in the vehicle that was involved with, so he may have a defense as to both.
Mr. Prosecutor at the bond?
Your Honor, the bond remained the same. I think it's reasonable.
What is the current bond?
I believe on Mr. Merriweather is $500,000 with the indicia that bond be posted. The reason I think the bond is adequate, Your Honor, when these cases first came in through Room A, it was a very new situation. All the investigation had not been completed. I'm going to repeat myself quite a bit here this morning.
Please do.
The grand jury, after hearing the probable cause of these cases, added several charges to each and every one of these defendants. For example, Mr. Merriweather came into Room A with a felonious assault and 1 count of assault. Through their investigation and our presentation to the grand jury, he's now been indicted with 3 counts of felonious assault, 3 misdemeanor assaults, and 2 counts of aggravated riot. I think the bond where it says is appropriate. I would not ask to reduce the bond. I know he is a holder from the federal court system. And my great concern is if he posted a bond here, he would be taken into federal custody. On a gun charge in federal cases, Your Honor is aware there's substantial mandatory time. It's a very real possibility that if he was taken into federal custody, we would never get Mr. Merriweather back into Hamilton County for a good number of years. I believe the bond in this particular case is sufficient and adequate, and I ask that you keep it the same.
A few questions for you. I know that the initial charge was brought about by a couple of videos on TikTok and Facebook. Does the state have actually more videos that they're going to produce?
We do, Your Honor. Several videos have been received by Cincinnati Police Department. We have reviewed those. It is our plan within the next upcoming days, once discovery is filed by the numerous defense counsel, we will get them all copies of all videos. With their permission, I'll put together a court sequence that makes it make all sense. We'll turn that over appropriately. There are particularly, I think, of 2 videos that have never been seen as far as I know through social media.
Are those videos from individuals or from stationary cameras?
Stationary cameras.
All right, they were in the area?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did the alleged victims participate in grand jury process?
Yes, sir. I've personally been in contact with them. They are interested in going forward with these cases.
Are they local? Do they have local addresses?
Some do and some don't.
All right, so they will be here for the
Yes, sir.
trial.
Oh, yes, sir, 100%.
Because rumors are spreading that they are out of the country. That's not true.
No, sir. So just so everyone is aware, there was one person who was present. She is a citizen of Estonia, I believe. She is not any of the alleged victims here. Shortly after this event, she made the decision to go back home. She was here for either a vacation or a short visit, but she is not a party to this matter whatsoever.
So all of the victims are here?
Yes, sir.
Local, ready to proceed?
And I've contacted them personally, and they're interested in going forward.
All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
As to bond, Your Honor, thank you. Judge, I will speak only, I'm going to be very careful about my representations based on what I have reviewed. Obviously, at this phase of the proceedings, it's arraignment. I have done numerous investigations and numerous interviews to make sure that everything I represent as far as our defense is as accurate as it can be. And I say that because this case, every time there's coverage of it, the prosecutor's statements about it, the comments used are the group, the seven, the riot. And I think as far as setting bond, it is very important for courts to look at an individual's conduct as it relates to what an appropriate bond is. And I say that because most of the videos shown where some of the conduct about stomping, kicking heads, things like that, as far as what would probably constitute the felonious assault, was not done by Mr. Merriweather. As I indicated, probably 20 videos that I've watched numerous times, and I brought them to court to make sure my representations are correct, indicate him involved in a fight, a fist fight, and there's no debate about that. And the video shows when some of the individuals go on the ground, Mr. Merriweather walks away. And I do have footage of that with me today. And so I say all that, what we're here for, bond. We're not here to try the case. However, the bond of $500,000 is an incredibly high bond for that conduct specifically. And I know what he's indicted for, but what his conduct was, it will be our defense, is more consistent with an assault, maybe a worse, an aggravated assault. So to come with objectivity before this court, I reviewed bonds set in 585 for similar offenses. All of them were $10,000 or less, and I have case names to present. And I say that also because the only charge of felonious assault that did not involve a firearm was a $50,000 bond at 10%. And that involved last week an individual that stabbed his father with a butcher knife, and that was $50,010. So now we're back to my client involved in fist fighting with a $500,000 bond. And we are asking this court to set a bond at $75,000 at 10%, much higher than the bonds that were set on other comparable felonious assaults. In addition to that, Your Honor, he's a father of five, three of whom are biracial, because that's become a crux of this case, and I think that that's important to note. I've interviewed witnesses that will testify at a hearing and at trial that racial slurs were thrown against him and his family on this date. And so that comes back to, while we're not here to try the case, we're here to set a bond on him using fists.
Review the bond.
I appreciate that. Thank you, but that's all we have.
All right. Based on the fact that there's a prior record, the allegations, the fact that he has a federal folder, and he was out on bond when this occurred, the bond will remain the same.
Now, in this case, you have a bunch, 6 black people, but they're all being charged for like one thing, but all of them didn't do the same things. So they're trying to separate themselves in their cases, saying, yo, when he was on the ground, I didn't kick him, or I wasn't involved in this part. I got involved when this happened. This guy came over here and kicked my car, or this happened. So, but they're lumping them all together as criminals. They want the feds to pick it up. Here, Senator Marino, he wants the feds involved. He wants them federally prosecuted, federally locked up. And they're just getting away with this kind of stuff. Where's the black national media at on this? What are y'all doing? See what I'm saying? And you wonder why you can't get these young black kids, so many young black kids in the streets, to be pro-black, B1, FBA, Pan-Africanism, ADOS, anything. Because they don't see no power in it, unfortunately. I'm just going to be 100% transparent and honestly. I'm out here. I have my Urban Nerds organization. I'm out here in the streets. I go to the prisons to talk to the young people. I'm doing the work. I'm telling you, they don't see no power in it. They don't see no wins. They see their friends being unalived every day. They seeing them not getting justice in courtrooms. The struggle. They've been conditioned to hate their own people more than the actual system. They don't want to be a part of this because they don't see no victories. They see the senator on here. They see a fight, and all the black people get is locked up and convicted in the media and by legislators and lawmakers already. What's the incentive for coming over here with us when we're not exhibiting any power? I'm going to say it again. The young soldiers and the young people we want to be with us, they don't see the purpose of, unfortunately, they should. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. They don't see the purpose of being with us because they don't see no power behind it, unfortunately. And then they end up in all the wrong and man, it's a sad thing when you've been teaching this so long and you've been running a program with these kids, trying to get these kids to change their life. It's sad, bro. It's sad. You got State Representative Cecil Thomas on there saying that they should have been charged here. But Cecil, you should have the power to get them charged. I don't even know at this point, man. All the things that we've been through is 2025, and look at what we still going through, man. It's messed up. I mean, we can say a whole bunch of stuff to make us feel better and all that shit good, but at the end of the day, when you really unpack it, do we really have the power to save these 6 black people? Do we really have it? Are we really going to be willing to come together to save them at the end of the day? And that's the part that's more scary to me, because even that judge, he's contracted in with the state and the city. He's going to do what he's told. He's only going to go but so far, because he's not going to get voted in or elected in if he side with black folks. They got the whole game checkmated, man. What we going to do about that? What we going to do? I can sit on here and talk loud, say a whole bunch of stuff that make a lot of sense to make you feel good, but at the end of the day, what kind of results is going to come from it? And that's the conversations that we really got to have, man. And I'm just being honest. You can not like what I'm saying. I don't give a damn. I'm speaking facts in black cities across America, man. When do we get wins? When do we get our justice? Huh? So I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And some people could say, well, man, you sound defeated. Well, if I sound defeated, show me where the wins are. On so many different levels. I've been teaching this for a long time. Show me where the wins are. Right? Look at our communities we're being gentrified out of. You got a senator on here calling black people criminals before they got due process. And the black lawmakers over in Ohio don't got the power to stop them. And it happens in so many cities across America. So hit that like button. Leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Let me know what your opinions are. Remember, I love you all. Till next time. Peace.